Quick review on this Warner attic ladder. I'll tell you, I looked at a couple of these Warner and had also I looked at the Louisville. I mean, they both make great ladders. The thing I would really say to do for sure is to make sure that you don't get the wood one. Honestly, in the years if you're going to use it all the time, I'm going to use it all the time to go up into my attic, take tools and stuff or parts up into the attic. So I wanted to, for my little restoration projects. So I got this Warner, and the reason I went with, they have the cheaper one, okay? They have one that's 250 pounds. But when you're using it all the time, carrying stuff up and down, if you're using it a lot, it's worth it to spend a little bit more money. Now, they have the regular one, they have the narrow, they have one that's really narrow here. So if you're taking large items up, you're going to want the wide one. This is the extra wide, okay, which is basically about the same size as a regular ladder. So if you get the cheaper one, it's not going to work quite as good. So one of the things when we framed this in a while back, you notice I have all the screws in it. When we framed this in a while back, we had measured out for the wider one, but when he did this, he forgot to put his wood square up there, so it wasn't very square. And I'm going to show you guys real quick how to resolve that issue. If you cut your hole wrong, okay, when you go to put this in, and you cut your hole a little bit too small, what we did, which worked out really well, is we went ahead and put it in place without this brace right here. We just went ahead and took that brace off and just ran it up. I mean, I'm sure Warner won't want to warranty this, but it doesn't matter. I'm sure they won't be. So, but we went ahead and took that into the box off to make sure that it fed into the opening. Also, we had to frame in and put an extra, this is a 2x6 or 2x8. Yeah, 7.5. 2x8. This is 2x10s or something we got here. So we went ahead and put an extra piece in here to sister up for this to get it to fit, because we cut it a little bit too wide, which is okay. It's better if it's a little too wide than too narrow. And it was just 1.5 inches exactly. So we just framed it in like that. Just so you know, it's very, very sturdy. When you go to put the legs on, if you cut it a little bit too short, they give you these little extenders here to put on there, and you make sure your legs are nice and level so that when the feet are on the ground really nice and firmly. And if you do that, it's really, really nice and sturdy. We go up and down here all the time with car parts that are heavy, so that's why I wanted that 375-pound limit. The other ones I think are only 250, and if you weigh, say, 200 and you're carrying 50 pounds, you're really pushing that ladder right up to the limit, and if you go up and down a lot, it's going to wear out. Where this ladder will last a lot longer, so it's worth it to spend that little bit extra money. So anyway, cool. It has a little safety rail here to grab onto in case you got something in your hand there, because you can't really grab onto the rungs very well. So they got this little guy here, and it goes up and down pretty easily. See if I can do that real quick. I got stuff in the way, so I got to do this one-handed. Let's see if it does it. Ta-da! One-handed. Then it just goes up like that, and hang on, I don't want it to slam. So when it's up like this in the upright position, so when you want to get it to your attic, and it comes with this nice little rope here with a handle. You just pull it down, and just pull it down like this. In seconds, you instantly have a ladder. So it's really cool. I want to get one if you have an attic in your garage. Also, you can look at my other videos on insulating your attic. So it's a little cooler up there, real easy. No tools other than a razor blade required, and no stapling or anything like that. You just shove it into place with that kind of foam. It has foil on the other side to keep the radiant barrier from the heat coming into your attic. So it makes it a lot better for storage. So anyway, that's the review for the Warner attic ladder.